What would you say you do here?
It's the Signal Chords, home of the Underground podcast. A podcast dedicated to up-and-coming bands, labels, artists, and more. Plug in and join your host, Brad Nunnery, as he dives deep into what the future of music has to hold and discover something new along the way. What else do you have to do?
What's cooking, everyone? This is Rudy Nuno, and you're listening to Signal Chords, home of the Underground podcast.
I've lost all faith in myself. I'm growing older and older, and the whispering has turned to yell. I'll stand tall as culprit, honey, yeah, I'll take all the blame. Empty heart and my stubborn self, all the misery I couldn't tame, couldn't keep me on the run, couldn't take back what was said and done. If we're leaving this town, ain't no coming around.
That's the latest music video from our good friend Rudy Nuno. It is called Chasing the Sun. You can find that song on his brand new album. It's called Heart, Hope, Perspective. It's out now via Fumier Records. Many thanks to Rudy for recording that promo for us. Really do appreciate it, man. He's a really killer singer-songwriter based out of Los Angeles. So if you like that kind of stuff with a splash of punk rock, slash rock, all that good stuff, I highly recommend you check out Rudy Nuno, all right? But if you want to find out more for yourself, you can do so at RudyNuno_. All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Brad Nunnery. Welcome to Signal Chords, home of the Underground podcast, season 4, episode 7, presented by my really good friend Jeff Small over at 1603 Designs. My guests tonight are making their third appearance here at the home of the Underground podcast. It's Orange County, California's very own The Jackknives. Super excited to welcome back to the podcast all the guys in the band to talk about their brand new album that they've been working on. It's called Negative Spaces, and it's coming out on November 5th on Fumigated Records. But for now, they have a couple new tracks out. It's called the songs are called La Serena and Late Nights in London. Really killer 2 new tracks, and if these are tracks that are going to sound like some of the other songs on the record, you know this record is going to be awesome because these 2 new tracks are really killer. So super pumped to talk to them all about these songs, as well as working with Pete Steinkamp from the Bouncing Souls once again. He's producing the record. And speaking of the Bouncing Souls, the Jackknives will be supporting them on a few dates in December, as well as playing some shows here in the U.S. and overseas this summer. So that's a busy time of the year for the Jackknives. So I'm super excited to talk to them once more. But right now, let's get into their music video for La Serena, and it's on Signal Chords, home of the Underground podcast. Cy, Drew, Dragon, the Jackknives. Wow. So good to see you guys again. This is I want to start off this podcast because you guys hold on, let me get my audio here. You guys are my first three-peaters.
Camps.
I don't know. I don't know if you could hear that. 3 times on the podcast, and you know what? I can't thank you guys enough for joining once again. It seems like every record, everything you guys do, you guys come to me and I come to you, and it's so great to finally see you guys again. I feel like we're brothers, like blood brothers. I feel like we should get like some kind of ritual going on, so we're mended together. But thank you guys so much, man. I really love following you guys over each record and each things that you guys do, and following you guys, and you guys have been up to a lot of stuff, and we're going to talk about that here on the podcast. But how are you guys doing as it stands right now this Friday? Happy Friday to you guys. Cheers to you.
Happy Friday.
Years.
Yeah,
Happy
cheers.
Friday.
Happy Friday.
We're all in different places. I'm in
Ye-
Palm Springs.
You're in
Dragons.
Palm Springs, okay. Where are you at,
I don't know
Dragon?
where-
Well, Dragon disappeared. Oh, there he is. Oh, you didn't get a car accident. You're good.
I'm in San Diego.
Oh, sweet. The sun's Wheels vagina. All right,
You
Drew,
sent
where
the
are you at?
I'm in San Juan Capistrano. So South Orange County.
Nice. All right. So everybody's in different
Yeah,
locations.
and I'm in Orange
That's a-
County in the city of, pretty much bordering Irvine. Yeah, Orange County.
Okay.
Irvine.
Heck yeah. No, that's awesome. I'm glad everybody can get together and do this podcast. Really appreciate it. So we did the last album. We talked about the last album, and it was awesome. And it's been in constant rotation ever since. But let's talk about these double A songs. La Serena and I don't know if I'm saying that right. Is that La Serena? I got them
I
horrible.
think La Serena. I think I don't speak Spanish, but I think La
La
Serena.
Serena.
Siren.
La Serena, yeah, it means the siren.
That's
Okay,
wordy.
so for you English people, it means
Yeah,
the siren.
I was like, with our combined 0% Hispanic background.
No, I looked it up and it said mermaid, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, and then I had to go on Spotify and look at your lyrics, and I'm like, oh, it's a siren. Okay, it's siren. And then like you go on Google, it says it either can be a mermaid or it's a siren. And then Sai, in your lyrics it says it's the siren. But really love this song. I really love the music video and Late Nights in London. These are really great songs, and these are the first two songs, correct, of the new album that's coming in November, right?
Yeah, first two.
Yeah.
We didn't know which ones to release.
Yeah.
Still don't with the rest. I mean, we got an idea, but it was Dragon's idea for Late Nights in London. I wasn't even thinking of that, to be honest.
Really?
And it's a banger.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I love the chorus. It's super catchy. The song sounds huge. The guitar solo, is that you, Dragon? Pedaling around on the solo there? Or?
Unfortunately, not. That's actually Brian.
Oh, is that Brian? All right, Brian, good job.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Yeah, I didn't want to take.
Cheers.
Dude, but I love the song.
chance to play some guitar. Not like the Dragon. I don't blaze the Dragon's fire and, as it called,
Yeah.
make the sweet honey as he does. But I tried to do the best I could and what I had. So.
I dabble.
But it's a lot of fun.
I dabble.
Yeah. No, it's awesome because I remember last time we talked, Dragon had to put his guitar in the refrigerator because Pete, because it was too hot and he had to put it in the refrigerator. So Brian, did you have to put your guitar in the refrigerator for these two tracks here, or what's up?
Yeah, maybe it was more like in the ice box or something. Like not quite like
Yeah.
Dragon. Like I said, his guitars are,
It was
We
a
do-
small
we
Yeti
so
cooler.
unique and it's hard
Yeah, we
to-
directed a small handheld fan in his direction.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, one of those
That's
Japanese
the way to do it.
fans.
We
Yeah,
sourced
there
some
you go.
local palm fronds.
You guys are on a budget, man. Just get the palm fronds. You guys are out in California. All you got to do is just like chop it down and just bring it into the studio, right? And so that's all you
Easy.
Totally.
Yeah, that would have been a difficult carry on to Jersey, though.
Yeah. No, it's so funny, and I love La Serena. I'm probably gonna mess that name of that song up. So what made you guys decide that this was gonna be like the first song that you're gonna put out there and do a music video for? And what's so special about this? And I know it's I read some of the notes and says it deals with hope and in redemption and all that stuff. And I love the fact that you give shout outs to Lucero, Sam Cooke, and the Messengers in the song. Really cool to see, like, you guys doing shout outs to other bands and all that kind of all that kind of stuff in the song. So tell me about the song and how it came to be.
Yeah, can't remember. I think it was like maybe halfway through writing we came about that one. Yeah, like you said, it's a song about hope and being saved. It's kind of autobiographical, but through fictional characters too. But I think it wasn't going to be the first single. We have another song which is coming out next or third, which was slated to be the first one. But for me, when I put the mixes on, that one hit like hard when it first came in. I was like, this sounds great, man. I think this would be a good comeback. Like, so it was like a comeback single. And I text that, and then Drew's like, yeah, same. So it was cool. And then we had like an idea for a music video where we were going to film it, regardless of what song it was. So it was just a performance song. But yeah, it just sounded good. It hit hard. We probably have like 6 or 7 songs that could be singles on this album. So there's plenty more to come.
Yeah, no, let's talk about that. So the record's going to come out in November off Fumier Records. I finally got that right because I was screwing that one. I was screwing that one up for years. I'm like, is it Fumi Records? Is it Fume Records? I don't even know, but no, it's November 6th. So how many tracks you got on this record that's coming out in November? And it's called Negative Spaces. So let me just put that right there. So yeah, how many tracks you got on there?
We got 10 on this one, and 0 all original, 0 covers.
Covers, baby. Yeah. 10. We did. I think we had about 13 in the works, but time constraints and all that. 10 came out shining, and I think it's every record you write, you should probably feel this way. But I'm like, this is it, man. This is our best one. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You know, and that's how I feel about. And also, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry to interject, but I believe this is all the songs. This is all written from the 4 of us. Whereas the last record, Into the Night, there's a few of those tracks that are from a little older, where Drew and I aren't quite part of the team yet. So this is like all songs starting from scratch with the 4 of us.
Okay.
Which, to me, that's a really special thing. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I hear these songs, and it's so funny with you guys. Like personally, it's one of those things where I'm like, this is the best yet. These are the best ones that they've done. It's like every like new song that you do and put out there, it's like, oh my God, they're getting better and better and better. Not that you guys were like horrible by any chance, you know what I mean? But it was just one of those things where like it's coming together with these 2 songs at least, and it gives me excited about the record because I could feel that change a little bit, and knowing you guys and how you guys have done the records in the past. And I don't know if that's like more getting I know Pete from the Bouncing Souls had has produced a lot of your stuff, and just getting used to him, and then maybe you guys coming together and doing all your kind of stuff, and just knowing where your position is at in the studio and feeling good with your instrument and feeling good with those songs. Is that something that you guys?
You know what, Brad? You're hitting the nail with the hammer. Our chemistry between the 4 of us has obviously grown through the years as we've embraced each other. But the more important part is our evolution together and our understanding of how each other play and their style, and us feeding back off each other is the biggest.
Let's run away, we can dance all night, said the lonely girl with the sad brown eyes. Now he's asking her to keep her heart so they can hold on so tightly, 'cause the past don't mean a thing. Underdogs and angels sing, wild hearts that scream so loudly, carved on them in ancient streets, blue hearts and unsung graves, what a scene.
And that's what's important, because that's going to make you feel more confident in what you're putting out there, right?
100%. And then, it was nice, really nice going back in with Pete because, we obviously did the last record with him. And so, there was just like an extraordinary level of comfortability as soon as like we walk in. It's like, family. So, we did the first day was mostly just me and Pete getting drum sounds and doing 5 of the tracks and just knocking it out. And he's just so easy to work with. Such a cool dude that it just like the process was just effortless, really. So
yeah. And into the night was that the first record that Pete did like the full record with you guys? So
Yeah.
if that was the first record, you guys are probably kind of, I mean, I don't know, I can't speak for you guys, but it was kind of like you didn't know what to expect because you're in the studio with Pete Steinkamp from Bouncing Souls, and
Yeah,
you're kind of
we
like
we had
don't want to push
we
any
had
buttons.
that. We
Yeah.
only had 6 days the first time as well, and there
Yeah.
was like, even though you feel comfortable, you look back in hindsight, you're like, well, definitely, like you're some kind of subconscious anxiety about who you're working with, right? No matter how comfortable
Sure.
and how friendly we are, you're still like, you know, at least me, I still have that like, holy shit, what am I doing
Oh, yeah.
here? Feeling.
100%.
And then, you know, there's everything Ferris and Drew just said is completely right. And like, for me personally, feel like every record we make, I'm trying to be like, oh, I want the Jackknives to sound like this. We want the Jackknives to sound like this. First record, I'm like, that's not quite it. Like last one, okay, we're there. But this one, I really do feel like, and it's all of the above, like the band becoming a real band, the touring we've done together, the confidence that grows with that, and with peer endorsements and all that stuff. Because you know, for me, I have insecurities and anxieties about it. It's an artistic thing to do and an expressive thing to do, but you want, like, you know, when you're putting it out there, it can be pretty scary sometimes. So there's a lot of confidence that's come with the band, and we're finally in a place where we're just kind of like, this is us, man, take it or leave it. And it's this record, this is exactly how the Jackknives are supposed to sound in my head, you know, now. And it took a long time to get there, with slowly building confidence and technique or whatever it is, you know. So it was and then, like Drew said, Pete is a huge part of this band as well now, as a producer and as a friend and mentor and all that. So yeah, dude.
Yeah, so that, I mean, that's a really good thing, you know. And it's one of those things where, like, yeah, you have that level of comfortability. You know what to expect now when you go into the studio with Pete, right? So you're like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna knock out this, and you're not, you know, more subconsciously thinking about, oh my god, we're in the studio. But like, it's one of those things where, like, you know everything that's happening. Now, is he still providing you kind of like guidance as far as like how the songwriting process goes, or how he would do it, or is there any kind of give and take with him? Is he kind of like, is he like the fifth, when you said he's like almost like, you know, the fifth member, does he provide any guidance to say, no, that sucks, try this and try that, or you know what I mean? Like, how much influence does he have on some of these songs, or you know, and how do you take that when he gives that to you?
He has a lot of influence for sure, and but I think we present our demos pretty, like, we dive pretty deep into our demos, at least structurally and everything. So when we give them to him this time, he's like, you guys have put them together pretty good. But then when we get to the studio, there's always changes. There's some actually kind of major changes in some of the songs in terms of parts that were put in. Very Pete Steinkamp, but we're not, again, the second time round, we're not scared to be like, yeah, maybe not. Let's give it a listen for 2 days, and then Pete's usually right.
Sure.
So,
yeah. Sure. No, that's awesome, and it's great to you know, bounce some ideas off him, right, and just say, like, this is what we're thinking, and he'd tell you, you know, kind of a deal. And it's not like, well, you know, an overbearing father saying, no, you got to do this, you have to do that, kind of, you know, kind of that situation. And that seems to work well. And he's done a lot. He's worked with a lot of bands, you know, a lot of bands that I've actually helped here at Signal Chords and stuff. And it's like, man, this guy's doing everything with everybody, you know, and everything sounds great. It's awesome. You know, there's those guys that, you know, people go to, and the studio looks amazing. Like the ambience and the vibe there looks like very creative vibe. Do you feel that when you're in the studio, to where he's got that, like, almost like basement, you know, man cave kind of vibe to it? That's what it looks like to me from afar. Is that, you know, a correct assessment, or you know, or am I just out of my loop?
No, you're 100% correct. Like that, the vibe down in the basement is so rad. Just like everything about it, all the stuff on the wall, the lighting. Like, I love that room. I love that house. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's such a good vibe when you're there, and it really does, I think, help feed into like the creativity.
Yeah, it's the energy's there, like, of what came before, you know. Like, you can feel it. So you better make something good.
Yeah. don't screw it up.
Yeah.
Right, Dragon? Don't screw it up. Don't screw up your guitar.
Too late.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you got to have that creative kind of thing. You don't want to be in a sterile kind of environment to where it's like, man, that just like halts your creative stuff, and you just want to go in and do it, you know, and get it over with. But like having that like kind of vibe, that's so much, you know. I mean, I've tried to create the vibe here, you know, with my little stupid studio that's like a little corner in my house. You know what I mean? And I feel creative here, but I you know, I can walk 2 feet away from here and I'm like, I'm not creative at all. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do anything. It's so sterile. So it's just one of those things that it has a huge effect on artists, and at least in my opinion. And I'm glad you guys feel that too.
Honestly, it totally does. I mean, like that even applies to like our rehearsal space, because we just moved in like October, and we were in this like, I mean, it was a great big room, but it was like a windowless, shitty like back room of like a strip mall. And you know, it served its purpose, but we moved out into like a little second floor place in Santa Ana with like a couple windows, and it's just like, I really think that helped us, because it's amazing what the difference like natural light will fucking make. And you know, we actually were able to like, you know, hang up proper lighting, you know, we have proper power, and like it's just our room and we're not sharing it with other bands, and you know, you really do feed off of the vibe of the creative space that you're working in. So I feel you when it's like, you know, you got your studio there, but you walk 3 feet away, you're like, oh. It's
like, oh, I got to do the dishes, or I got to change the diaper. You know what I mean? But like, I'm in here, I'm like, I'm Brad. You know, I'm Signal Chords, but I walk 2 feet away. It's like, it's crazy.
Exactly. So like the difference between the two studios, man, is just like night and day. And like we did the bulk of the writing in this new one.
That's the other thing about recording so far from home too. Like you fly somewhere just to do a job. You're only there for one reason.
Right.
That's to record a record. So that helps a lot too. Like it's 10 days or whatever it is. You're like, okay, this is our job. Let's get it done. You know, focusing environment.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And do you guys have all the songs recorded already for the record, or are you going back in with Pete at a certain point to record more of the songs?
Everything's done and mastered. So now we're just dialing in artwork and all that stuff.
Artwork and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Now everybody's gonna send me a message and ask to hear it.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna message you real quick just to remind you to send me.
I mean, we still have to go back and do all the rest of the drums.
Yeah. No, just send me just send me the demos. I don't give a shit. I know they're good.
No, that's awesome. You know, during this session was all the bass. Just delete bass.
Yeah. That was a running joke throughout the whole thing. Just all right, the bass sounds good, but we could go ahead and delete it.
Damn bass player. God damn. No, it's so funny.
Turn it down.
No, but I saw you guys were on. You guys made. I don't know if it's your debut on K Rock, but I did see that you guys are on KROQ, which is K Rock, right? Out in LA. Was that your first time? Was that your first time in terrestrial radio? I know you guys have been on streaming radio and all that kind of stuff, and all that kind of stuff. But was that your first time on terrestrial on K Rock?
Yeah, it was cool. Super cool.
K Rock locals on the show,
and it was cool. I think it means more to people who grew up in California.
I've been listening to that station my whole life, so it's really cool.
I grew up on that.
Yeah, hell yeah! In 30 years of playing music, this is the first time I've actually ever been on that station. So that was pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean, in the radio world, it's huge. I mean, that's like the mothership. I mean, I was in radio for 10 years, and that was like the mothership. If you wanted to be like anybody or anybody or whatever in radio, that's where you went. And that's where all the bands would go. And California and Los Angeles, you're gonna get all the big bands because everybody's out there anyways, right? You're not in Orlando where you gotta, pretty much pay them to come to your station and perform. You know what I mean? But it's such a huge staple in the radio community, and terrestrial radio, despite everybody's disbelief, there's still a market for it. And K Rock is still carrying that torch, and that's really cool that you guys finally got on there, and that's really cool. And it was the La Serena song. Is that the song that was on there?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. They out of the two, they picked that one. I think that I like that song a lot. It means a lot to me. But I thought the other one would be the one they picked, more kind of upbeat, whatever. But yeah, they dug it. That was Miles, the DJ guy on there. He dug the stuff. So there it is. Hopefully we'll get played again because it is cool to hear your stuff on there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could never. I mean, they have like I don't know if like the weenie roast still happens or any of those kind of like big things that happen out there. Next thing you know, you guys are playing that, and you guys. Like the future's unlimited. I mean, if you're going to be on a station, that's the station you want to be, as far as, the terrestrial radio side. And that's really cool. Did you guys have you guys know when the song was playing and like make sure you're by the radio and see what the DJ was going to say? Or, I'm an old school guy. We're all old school guys, want to hear our own song on the radio and shit. Was it something like that you guys wanted to do?
Yeah, we knew the show it was going to be on, obviously, and the time. So, and I like that we were after a little, whatever, I don't know the radio term, but like where they introduce the station and then say the band and the song, because we could have just been put in, like, so it was cool to hear them say, like, now on K-Rock, the Jackknives or whatever it is he said. I thought that was cool.
Totally.
That was a cool little moment.
Yeah, they were front selling and back selling and all that kind of shit. Yeah, so that's really cool because you could be like, a recap, right? So like they play a whole bunch of songs and they're like, hey, we've just played these, 4 songs, by the Jackknives, blah blah, and you guys are just one of those things. But if they intro you guys and do an outro, that's a huge thing, and getting that, kind of stuff. So that's really cool, man.
Yeah, I was sick.
Super rad.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So, all right, so so Little Eden Studio in Asbury Park with Pete Steinkamp. Did you guys ever go to the Blasting Room? Do you guys ever go to the Blasting Room to I know you guys use the Blasting Room, but do you guys hang out with Livermore and all that kind of stuff to make sure everything sounds good, or you just do all your recording in Asbury Park and just hope for the best?
Yeah, everything was recorded. Sorry, Drew. In Asbury.
No, go ahead.
And then Drew had recorded a record with another band and mastered it with Jason. So we didn't meet him, but we everything's done remotely for mastering.
And their sound is just so sick. Like he's got such like a good ear for like low end and making things sound fat and chunky.
Yeah.
And it just was like the perfect fit for this record, and Pete's like producing and mixing style.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they've been killing it and doing it, so long. You know what I mean? It's just like it's like almost like what do you call it? Just all right, get it in, boom, do it. They're so used to it. You know what I mean? It's just like a well-oiled machine kind of thing over there. It seems like they've been doing it so long. All right, so let's.
The turnaround was super fast as well, and I think we didn't even do a second revision. We just all listened to it separately, and we're like, "That's it."
Yeah. And when's the new single coming? And what's the name of the track? When are you gonna drop that one from?
The next one is August, but you never know, Brad. There might be a surprise drop before then.
I'm messaging you right now.
About it. Yeah.
No,
I'm with you, Brad.
Honestly, I'm of the thought this time. So we used to have a strategy as like most people do this. It's like a 8 to 12 weeks in between 3 songs and a record. This time,
spread
I'm
it out.
like
Like if you're gonna have November, if you're gonna be in November, you have to spread it out.
Yeah,
right?
actually, November for us is kind of shorter than we would usually do for a rollout. Yeah, but we have all these tour dates coming at the end of the year. So we got to get the record out before. And but I'm also of the thought now, like we want our music heard. We'll enjoy this album a lot. Like let's get it out there. Let's just drop a bunch of music as we lead up to November. And we've had some people like message us in the past, like, "Oh, you dropped 5 singles or 6 singles. When the album hits, there's only 4 new songs for them to hear." But I mean, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd rather get the music out there.
Yeah. I mean, how much weight is that? You know, like it must be so hard as a band to, you know, like you have the stuff you worked on. You want to, it must be like the worst thing is like to promote your, you know, and space everything out and just like you just want it out there, right? Like that would drive me absolutely batshit. You know what I mean? Like like having to wait for like until August to release your next single, and you're like, but I mean, you guys are going to be busy on tour, and we're going to talk about that here in a second. But you have an excuse, but you're not sitting at home not touring and not, you know, just hanging out. And Brian's like, he can decorate his new apartment and all that kind of stuff. He's got plenty of time before the new single drops and all that kind of shit. So you know what I mean?
I need some
yeah, that would drive me crazy.
Decorating skills.
But you know, it's like you know, that would drive me crazy, and I don't know if that drives you guys crazy. I mean, does it? You know,
there's a way to do it, right? In terms of the marketing side, you have to do it a certain way to market it right and get people to listen and Spotify and all that. You know, the cursed.
But Brad, emotionally, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get it all out. There's plenty of when people, we released 2 straight off the bat. That was cool, I thought. And then we might release 5 songs before the album. We'll see, 4 or 5 songs. So.
Okay. No, yeah. I mean we'll be waiting patiently for it. So let's talk about this tour. You have a lot of shows coming up. You got, and that's one of the great things. Like you guys are always like album tour. You guys like have not slowed down, and it's been amazing to watch and from afar and stuff. And you know, every time you guys are on tour, I'm like, is it Orlando? Fuck those guys. No, I'm just kidding. But I was like super stoked because the Bouncing Souls. We'll talk about the Bouncing Souls with Suicide Machines and Flatliners that you're playing with them in December. You're doing a run with them in December in Ohio, Canada, Vermont, Massachusetts, and Washington. And I saw like the Bouncing Souls, like, you know, flyer or whatever. I'm like, and I saw that they were playing in Orlando, and I scrolled down to see the Jackknives. I'm like, God damn, nope, not in Orlando, but they are playing in Orlando with some other bands. But how excited, you know, you guys have played with the Bouncing Souls before, but have you guys played with the Suicide Machines and the Flatliners before?
No, super stoked on that. That new Flatliners record is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, super stoked to see those. All 3 of those bands every night too.
For real.
Yeah, and
like,
there's, you know,
man,
like how many, like 10 or 12, like 8 or 10, like there's a good like Baker's Dozen shows that you guys are doing with them, right? So you
I think we have 20 with that plus everything else we got lined up. There's a few still held back on that tour as well that are going to be announced later. Not Florida, unfortunately, but but some sick ones. And
sure,
we have shows with Dave Haas and the Mermaid as well in November, and then a couple of our own things. We got like 23 or 25 shows with Europe as well, actually. And so it's, but like going on tour with the Bouncing Souls or any big band like that, especially for us, it's the best fucking thing in the world, dude. It's so much fun. It's so good.
Yeah, and I saw some of the shows that you guys did and over the past year, and getting on stage and singing, and I'm like, holy shit, this is so fucking awesome. You know, it's so cool to, you know, see you guys and just like I said, live vicariously through you. You know, and you guys are going over into Europe and stuff, and I see that you guys are playing with Spike and a Gimme Gimme, Zebrahead, and my like good friend Wes Hoffman and Friends. He's a really great guy. I don't know if you ever met him, but he comes down to Florida like once a year, and we hang out. He's a great guy. So when you see him, tell him what's up. But yeah, up at the Rapid Fire Riot Brew Fest, right? Up in, is that Germany or is that Netherlands? Where's that at?
Vienna, Austria.
Austria, okay, because that's where Spam, right? Spam was presenting it.
Yeah, so in 70% sold. So if you're in Vienna and you want to come, you better buy a ticket now because it's about to sell out that festival.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. I was talking to somebody the other day. Actually, I was talking to Horace Pinker, my previous podcast, and you know, we're talking about how they just love American punk rock and American music, and they're so comforting to. And this is probably a really good question for you guys as well. You know, they have a system lined up for bands that are touring over in Europe. You know, right? You can get a driver if you want. You can, you know, they provide shuttle service and all that kind of stuff, and they provide lodging or be able to do all that kind of stuff. And there's really not a market here for that. Is this the first time you guys are going overseas with the Jackknives, or have you guys been overseas? I can't remember.
Oh, first time.
First time crossing the pond. Yeah.
Yeah, first time. And it is different. Like the shows, like some of the venues will give you an apartment to stay in and stuff like that over there. I don't know what to expect. We have, based on like analytics, we have some people that listen to us over there for sure. We're half sold out in our London show and stuff already. So just to go over there. I mean, I grew up in England, so I'm really excited to go. And I grew up at sea.
Yeah, there. Nice. Heck yeah.
So I'm super excited to get out there and then see the rest of Europe. I've been a few of those places before, but not with a band. So it's gonna be
whereabouts awesome. Where are you guys playing besides Austria?
Germany.
I tried to do research by the way, but I couldn't find any stuff on your stuff, and I'm like, I know you guys are going somewhere else, but go ahead.
Yeah, Germany, Prague, and England, and Austria. I think that's it. We had to cut it short. Actually, we were booking a longer tour, but then the Bounce and Soul stuff happened. So we're flying home from Austria on a Saturday, and we're leaving on Monday to drive to Cleveland.
Wow,
because it's gonna be pretty tiring, but it's gonna be fun.
No, you guys are living it. I mean, is there somewhere over in England or in Germany that you're really looking forward to, or something that you're apprehensive about? As the first time as a band going over there, what's kind of things that you're stoked for, and some of the stuff of the unknowns. Are you guys have fear of the unknowns as well?
Dragon.
Well, I think I'm a little sad that we're missing Oktoberfest in Germany. But
yeah.
I'll just bring my Ludenhauser and take some good photos for the Jackknife. We'll send them premiere to your podcast first.
Hell yeah!
Exclusive.
I like your style, man. That's
Thanks.
No, that's awesome. It's got to be a real trip to go over to the overseas for the first time. And Cy, when was the last time you were in England?
I was
back there often?
Yeah, I tried to. I was there at Christmas last year, which was cool. And then, honestly, the best thing for me is the food. I just love all the food. I can't wait to eat all the food. So.
I'm very excited about that. Heck
yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing Berlin. I've never actually been to Germany, so that'll be interesting.
And how long of a run is it that you guys are going to be over there?
I think that one is I don't know. I think it's 7 shows. And the drives aren't too bad. That's the thing when you're on tour. Like, look forward to the food and you want to do some culture and see the cities a little bit. But sometimes you just don't even have time. You like freaking rock up to a venue, get out, do a sound check. You might have a couple hours. You grab some sleep or some food, and then you're playing a show, and then you're in the van, and then you're on the way. But we try our best to see some sights.
Yeah, and back in Europe we have like 2 days to go from the UK to Germany. So I'm routing us through. Well, we get to land in Dunkirk on the other side of the channel. So then I'm going to make us stay the night in Bruges and then continue on to Cologne just for fun.
So Drew, you're the itinerary guy. You're the are you the manager kind of guy, making sure everything is hunky dory, as far as getting to places and booking hotels, or what's up?
Simon's wife Terry actually does all the booking of the hotels. I do route mapping.
Nice. Okay.
Like I do a lot of logistics and crap for my job, and I've just always loved geography anyways. So it's like it's fun for me. So like I put together packets pre-tour of routes, like travel times from city to city and all that crap.
Fuel cost.
So
if I could use 2 words to describe Drew, it's worldly and handsome.
Oh, nice. Is that in order, or is that just random?
I think it's switchable on the night.
Yeah.
Now I want to
Depending on the night.
now I want to change my. I want to put that as my job title on this
yeah.
screen.
Yeah. Well, I got
It's not
I
as
got
cool
the
as
press.
Orc Slayer, but
Well, I got the press kit from Simon, and it like has everything broken down as far as like who's your writers and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, holy crap, like exactly what amps you have and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, holy crap, like it's so.
I don't think
detailed.
I was
I've never
supposed to send all that. Did I send you the whole thing?
Yeah, you sent me the whole thing. I'm like the whole setup of your gear and stuff. I'm like, holy crap, and I had never seen that before. So, but then the point I'm trying to make is like, Drew, you need to be all over that whole thing. Like, if you're going to be route driver and and logistics and all that kind of stuff, you need to get your name added on there.
Yeah, we have a good team effort, like between a bunch of us here, get it all done. And we just had to learn how to do it because, like, all of a sudden we played like a big festival, and they ask for things that I don't know what they are, and we figure it out, and we got play the part. So yeah, we have a rider, but it wasn't. Did you read our rider? It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's like beer. It's like beer. Yeah, and I'm like, all right, yeah, that makes sense. It's
Beer
not like
water,
only orange M&Ms and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not like anything crazy for sure. It's just like water and beer and like some kind of whiskey or something. I saw, and I'm like, oh, that's a good rider, because I've seen a lot of riders back in the day in radio and stuff, and the shit's just astronomical. You know what I mean? That you see, but yeah, you guys are self-contained. You're good.
Pretty good, yeah. We're in no position to have a demanding rider, and that's only for certain boards that we get that. Usually, we'll be lucky if we get a green room.
Right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. You guys are in the van, like hot boxing it until like it's showtime.
Yeah. It's a split a case of 12 waters with 3 other bands. Enjoy. Good luck.
Yeah.
All right. So most important question, as far as regards in touring, this is a very, very important question. Who's in charge of the radio on the drives in between gigs?
Driver.
Who?
Always the driver.
Stated that.
Always the driver. Okay.
Yeah. So me or Drew.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say the same thing. It's either Drew or Simon's playlist.
Yeah, I think on
the
Souls tour we did in May, I think I drove probably about 90%.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Simon did 8, and then Angel 9. Angel did 1.
9.5. Angel did 5%. We had to get him down. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
That was.
Oh, man.
I remember that. And he's like, I got this. I drive a truck all the time. I was like, well.
Who has
Angel's great. Got to give a shout out to Angel. He's
hell yeah.
He's like literally like handling the merch, setting up that big old backdrop, and he's quite a he's just like the 5th member, right? Handling a lot of stuff that we can't do, lifting gear that I can't pick up because of my old bones and stuff. So
sure.
Well, Brad, I handle
4.5.
HR. Yeah, I handle HR in the band, and I gotta say, Angel's file is a little heavy.
Is it? But it's worth it because he handles all the. Well, it's like a construction worker. You just ignore it as long as he shows up for work. You don't care if he does drugs or whatever.
Yeah, his file's pretty
show up
heavy.
to work.
He does get distracted easily.
But Ferris gives him nightly performance reports.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Performance reports. That's what it was.
Oh man.
Performance review.
Yeah.
There's times where is there ever times where it's like you're driving Drew or Cy and Dragon or Brian says this shit sucks. Can you just turn it off? You guys get in fights and all that kind of stuff, or you just screw it. It's his shit, or you just put your headphones on and just cancel it out.
We're pretty good on the road, like between us. We don't really have. We have pretty well-oiled machine, and we all get on well. We know when to avoid each other. If I'm in a bad mood, they kind of pick up on it, or vice versa. All that, We're a pretty good family on the road, I think.
No,
I agree. Yeah, we know how to, enjoy each other's company, but also, when we need a little space, so we respect it. And like just very, very comfortable. So.
Yeah, we keep it tight too. We've had people ask to be come and be driver or this or that, or come sell merch. And everyone's welcome, but like, we only have so many seats in the van, and we have such a good little machine running with the 5-6 of us sometimes. It's good, man. It was really you learn fast, you know. And the hotel rooms are you have the right people, you know, sharing the room with you and all that. So we got it all. We're pretty good. We're pretty lucky.
No, totally. Yeah, I mean, it all works out. It all works out really well. And like part of the reason, Brad, I wind up driving a lot is because I wake up so hella early that, and when we have early leaves and long drives, everybody else can sleep in the van, and I'm up and ready to knock it out while everybody can crash out. So, plus I can sit by the window and fucking chain smoke.
That's why I usually ride shotgun with Drew.
Does Drew smoking?
I don't contribute anything to that.
No. Does Drew smoking bother you guys, or do you guys smoke as well, or is it one of those things where you deal with it just because that's the way he is?
Well, I'm Middle Eastern. I mean, I don't smoke, but I've grown up around the smoke. It's sort of nostalgic to me, and it smells nice to me.
I was gonna say a similar thing. I grew up in working class England, so I grew up with cigarettes everywhere too. So it doesn't bother me either.
Yeah. No, it's so funny. I quit
Brad,
smoking.
I'm doing it as much for me as I am for them.
You're providing them nostalgia, Drew. That's what you're doing. You're making them reminisce the whole time in between gigs.
Making memories together.
Yeah. No, it's funny because I quit smoking. Like a month before my daughter was born. My first daughter was born, and you know, like everybody, like whoever quit smoking, they're like, I can't stand the smell of smoke anymore. But I come from my parents, Skip and Sue, were like chain smokers, and they would smoke in the car, and the ashes would get on my chest, you know, in the back seat of the car and stuff. So it's like when I smell it, or I'm at a different place or whatever, it's like, it just reminds me of growing up as a kid. You know what I mean? It's a very reminiscent thing. So I'm not bothered by it, and I don't miss smoking. I mean, I vape, but that's not even like smoking. But I do miss smoking cigarettes, but I love the smell of it still to this day. So it's one of those things where I understand where Cy and Dragon and Brian, you guys get it, right?
Yeah. Well, I definitely get it because I do smoke. And it goes well with a proper cup of coffee, right, Cy? I love my
which I appreciate. I appreciate the leniency, and it's like the only vices Brian and I have left is cigarettes and coffee. So
yeah. No,
me and Cy are more the beer drinkers.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cy and Dragon are the beer guys. Brian and Drew are the smokers. All right. Yeah. But like smoking and drinking, that's a good combo. Drew, do you drink?
No, I quit.
You quit? Did you? Good.
About 17 months ago, something like that.
How's it going?
Good. I love it. Best thing I ever did for myself. So.
Good.
Yeah.
Same.
Good.
I eat way more fucking sweets now, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm on a bit of a tiramisu binge right now, still from New Jersey, but you know.
Yeah.
I just had my Tate's cookies.
I literally left the house before this interview and got a piece of tiramisu, and that was it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Just fucking ate it in the car real quick.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I got like 3 pints of ice cream in my fridge. That's about it.
You know, it's funny because I quit smoking cigarettes and I didn't vape, and like I needed to do something. You're changing one addiction for another, and it was like food, and like I was $150. I'm 6'1", and I was $150. I was like skin and bones kind of a deal when I was smoking. It was like Cokes and Smokes, right? I had Mountain Dew and Camel Wides that got me through, you know, pretty much 20 years. And then I quit smoking, and I was sitting behind a desk in radio and just eating all the time. And I blew up to like 200 pounds out of nowhere. And my mom loved it because I looked healthy and stuff. But I was like, you know, I'm replacing it with something else. Like I've got this addictive personality. I'm like, I got to have food. But like when I'm smoking, I don't want food. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so weird, like how it, you know, those things kind of correlate with each other. It's just weird. So I'm afraid to quit vaping because I don't want to turn, you know, I'm 50 now. So I don't want to like have high blood pressure and shit and, you know, die of that and not lung cancer. You know what I mean? I'd rather, so I, you know, just one of those things.
Yeah, give it 2 weeks. I'll have diabetes. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh man, in New Jersey, I was
Diabetes.
going to this pastry shop every morning with box of these fantastic pastries. Shout out to Del Ponte's Bakery in Bradley
really?
Beach. It's so great. But I was just like, after that, I was like, okay, eat like taper off the apple
Yeah.
fritters and all that for a little bit.
You deserve it, handsome.
Thanks, Ferris.
All right.
Love you, pal. I love you, pal.
All right, so I got a question for you guys before we take off. I want you to describe. I want each and one of you. It's a test. It's an assignment that you have to say here on the podcast. I was going to do a rapid fire and ask you a whole bunch of stupid questions, but this is going to be a little bit different. So I want. Excuse me, Jesus Christ! I have one beer and then I have crappy vocals and shit. All right, so the new album. I want you to describe Negative Space is coming out November 6th on Fumier Records. I want you to, in 3 words, describe the new album.
Ooh.
3 words. Describe the new album in 3 words. Now, Brian, you can do 1. Cy, you can do short, 1, and then Drew 1, Dragon 1, or you can do 3 each, or as many as you want.
Okay, I'm gonna do a lame one and say our very best. That's what this is our very best work, and exactly what I wanted us to sound like, and expression, all that stuff. This is our best record by a long shot. So I'll leave it for Ferris to do something funny.
All right, let's go, Dragon. Let's go, buddy.
I was going to try to be honest.
I was going to say refined jackknives. And if you got that.
Jackknives. Okay.
The refined
got it.
jackknives.
Nice. I like it.
I was just gonna say it is the jackknives, definitively. Like this is fucking all 4 of us writing everything together from the ground up. So
yeah,
awesome. All right, Dragon, you're up. Ferris, you're up. You're gonna close it out. I want something big.
I got my 3. So I'm gonna say number 1, presence. Number 2, passion. And number 3, I want to say the word magical articulation.
Nice. We'll hyphenate it, and it'll become one word.
Yeah.
Hyphenate. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's poetry.
Dude, that's awesome.
I think
poetry.
It's a record
we're
super proud of, and I can't wait to put it out and play it live and all that stuff. It's a little different of a record, I think, than what we usually do, but we'll get.
How different? When you say it's a little bit different, what do you mean by that?
I think I think if you listen to Into the Night, we went into the studio and we're like, let's make a record that sounds live, just bang the guitar tones. I think we used 2 guitar amps on that record and just fucking turned them up. This one, I think we used I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 different amps, different guitars. We layered it. We have an organ. We wrote songs that were dynamically different. There's some slower ones, there's faster ones. It's a lot more expressive and adventurous, I think, for us.
Yeah.
You might listen to it and be like, this sounds exactly the same, but putting into it, it was definitely, for me, I think, we did what we were trying to do, write more of a dynamic record. So yeah.
I mean that's the point, right? You always want to push yourself and make the best record that you want to, and do the best you can at the time. And it's so great that you guys are all together on this record, and and getting to know you guys and Into the Night and Ghost Radio and all those those records and stuff, and seeing where you guys have evolved and all that kind of stuff. I'm rooting for you guys, man, and I can't wait to hear the new record. And I'm praying. Oh, not praying. I don't pray, but I'm hoping, should I say, that you guys make it down to Orlando one of these times so we can crack a beer. Cy and Dragon and I will crack a beer, and Drew will vape and smoke together, and
Perfect. I'll have a non-alcohol. I'll join you for a non-alcoholic.
Yeah,
Brad,
All
you
right.
said you have a surprise for us.
I like black cherry soda.
All right, black cherry, nice. Yeah, no, the surprise was
that's my
you
favorite.
guys were my first three-peat as far as host.
That's right.
on my podcast. So hold on, I could do it again. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but no, seriously,
Is that
you know,
air horn?
yeah, I gotta. You asshole. Just hitting buttons here now, but no, seriously, it's been an honor, honestly, to interview you guys and follow you guys and all that kind of stuff, and I consider you guys my friends, and hopefully we meet someday in person and all that good shit.
No.
So I appreciate
No,
you
likewise,
guys wanting
brother.
to be on this little podcast that I do at the corner of my house. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time, and you guys are. Just remember me when you guys are you big time and you want to put me on a little chair on side stage left. I'll be whatever show you guys want me to be. But
yeah, we're not coming to Florida because we don't want to. We do want to. Just things haven't worked out yet, but we will get there. And likewise, man, like you from day one, just what a great show to platform independent bands, So thank you for what you do, man. Awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, honestly, I always look forward to chatting with you, Brad.
Yeah, likewise.
Just stoked when this came up.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And like I said, if you guys ever need anything down the road or whatever, I'm always willing to help you guys out. You're part of the podcast family, all that good stuff. I tell all my bands that, but seriously, good luck with the record and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be looking for an email or a message from you, Cy, as far as any new stuff that may or may not be in the inbox. But no, seriously, you guys take care. Be safe out on the road out there, and look forward to hearing some new music and love what you guys are putting out now. So good luck to you guys.
Thanks so much,
Awesome.
Brad.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, tons, Brad. Appreciate it.